Okay, BIM. Folks, Nicholas Saunders here, video number 18. I'm going to be talking about musculoskeletal injuries and how they impact your ability to take out personal risk insurance, such as life insurance, TPD, trauma insurance, or income protection. Why should you listen to me? I've been working in personal finance and life insurance for about 7 years, so hopefully I can share some of that knowledge with you, help you make more informed decisions about your own insurance in this case. So when I talk about personal risk insurance, just to clarify again, what kind of cover we're talking about. We're talking about life insurance, also known as death insurance, which pays out a lump sum payment if you die. Total permanent disability insurance, or TPD for short. This pays out a lump sum payment if you're unlikely to ever work again because of an illness or an injury. Trauma insurance, also known as critical illness insurance. This pays out a lump sum payment if you are diagnosed with a serious illness, heart attack, stroke, cancer, things of that nature. And then you've got income protection, which pays a monthly payment if you can't work because you're sick or you're injured. All right. Now, musculoskeletal issues. This is referring to physical injuries, fractures, broken bones, strained muscles, sprained joints, lower back pain, shoulder pain, joint issues, this sort of thing. Okay. So to begin with, just to explain the process of taking out a policy, you will submit an application with information about your medical history, your lifestyle. When you apply for the policy, the insurers will make an assessment on that and they'll offer you cover. If you don't have any significant medical history or lifestyle issues that pose additional risk from the insurer's point of view, then they'll just offer you the standard rate or the standard cover. If they think that you have a medical history or lifestyle that makes you a greater risk of claiming, then they may offer you some altered terms, some revised terms. Revised terms mean they're going to either charge you more, which is loading, or they're going to exclude something, meaning, as the name suggests, you can't claim if you incur that injury or illness moving forward. All right, it'll be excluded from the policy. With physical injuries, or things of the realm of musculoskeletal issues, they use exclusions. They don't use loadings, okay? So that's the first thing you need to understand. For total and permanent disability insurance or income protection, they will sometimes exclude the pre-existing condition or injury. Life insurance and trauma insurance generally are not impacted at all by these sprains, strains, fractures, broken bones, lower back pain, shoulder pain, things of this nature. So you don't have to worry about it impacting your eligibility if you do have any previous issues in that regard. You don't have to worry about it impacting your ability to get life insurance or get trauma insurance. Okay? So with that being said, the exclusions or likelihood of getting an exclusion that I'm going to be talking about here is only relevant to TPD and income protection. So I want to talk a little bit about the things that people typically present with. I provided advice on personal risk insurance for many years and have seen thousands of cases. So in my experience, some of the things that pop up, okay, look, strained muscles, okay, sprained joints, rolled ankles, for example, and fractures, broken bones. These are very common. If in the case of all three of these types of injuries, strains, sprains, fractures, if it's a one-off and it's fully healed, you haven't had any symptoms or treatment for a year or more, you'll often get full cover. The insurer won't exclude it from your life insurance, your TPD or income protection. If you've had more than one instance, the amount of time that they'll want to wait for you being symptom and treatment free will be longer. That's additional risk from their point of view. If you've had surgery, they'll want to wait longer. Okay. If you've had surgery and metal implants were put in, that can also increase the amount of time they want to wait before they review that exclusion with the intention of removing it from the policy. So when I say longer, maybe 5 years, it will depend on the guidelines of the particular insurer. So that's strains, sprains, fractures. Now the other sort of category of injuries that are also quite common are your more sort of chronic may be too strong of a word, but ongoing persistent injuries, RSIs, lower back pain, shoulder pain quite often, arthritis in joints. Now, if you have these sort of issues, first of all, if you have any pain or any treatment for any of these injuries, you're going to get an exclusion. They are going to want you to be symptom and treatment free for at least a year with just about any physical injury that you might have had previously. But let's talk about lower back pain specifically here. So lower back pain, first of all, the insurers are very cautious about lower back pain because it has such a high propensity for becoming chronic, being a lifelong issue. So that just means they're going to want to wait longer. You're going to have to be symptom and treatment free for longer, depending on how many episodes have you had, how long have you had back pain for, what your diagnosis was. Have you got disc damage? Was it simply muscular? Have you had surgery? If you've had surgery on your lower back, you're probably going to get a lifelong exclusion. Even if you've been recovered for 10 years, they probably wouldn't review the exclusion. That's in my experience. So backs are taken very seriously by insurers. Shoulders, if the shoulder issue is a one-off, no problem. It's probably going to be a similar injury, like a strain, sprain. One-off, if you're fully recovered, symptom and treatment free for a year or more, you're probably going to be fine. You won't get that excluded. But if it's any sort of rotator cuff issues that are recurring, which is not unusual for people that sit at desks because it's a sort of postural issue, that's often going to get excluded. And yeah, any RSI that's ongoing is typically going to be excluded from your policy. I think that sort of covers most of it. So yeah, look, I guess the key thing here is that I definitely ran into a lot of clients who had the illusion that they would be able to get income protection for injuries that they thought were likely to reoccur. Okay, if you think it's likely to reoccur, then the insurer probably thinks it's likely to reoccur, and therefore they're going to exclude it. All right, so that's just the reality of it. That's the nature of it. There's no free lunch in the insurance world. But if you've made a full recovery and been symptom and treatment free for a sufficiently long period of time, then you can get cover. In regards to exploring your options, financial advisors and insurance advisors are able to present your case anonymously to multiple insurers and do what's called a pre-assessment. So that's something that you should definitely consider doing. They can present your case to various different insurers. Insurers are not going to have the exact same underwriting guidelines. So there may be insurers that will offer you full cover without an exclusion for your injury, where other insurers would. Okay, there is a fair bit of consistency within the industry, but that's definitely worth exploring, and it's generally free, right? It doesn't cost, well, other than time, it doesn't cost anything to do pre-assessments with these insurers. So definitely encourage people to do that. But yeah, look, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover off for this video. Hopefully you found it useful. Thanks for watching.